It's getting really serious at this point. Yo, what's happening, friends? Come on in, get yourselves comfortable, come on in. Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, yo, it's Jon. I hope you are all doing well today, my friends. Namaste. I really do hope that Chelsea, of course, are playing their second leg in the Champions League quarter-final at home against Porto with a 2-0 lead on aggregate. That's right, 2 away goals. And everything's looking rosy. Or is it? Porto are a good side, and yes, the scoreline flattered them in the first leg. Chelsea played well, and it's an amazing result. But they were without their 2 best players, their 2 top scorers this season in Sergio Oliveira and Mehdi Taremi. These 2 players will be available in this game, and if you think back to that first leg when they had a lot of chances and they pressed us high, well, they didn't have a lot of chances. They put a lot of pressure on Chelsea. Should they have had their 2 best players, maybe they could have done something else, and who knows how Chelsea would have reacted psychologically, because we all saw the West Brom game and we all know what this Chelsea side are capable in terms of collapsing. You get what I'm saying? So this is no point for complacency, my friends. Anyway, I'll urge you all to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. I know I always ask, but if you watch my content you might not be subscribed. Hey, just click subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and if you want to be a dear sweet friend, drop a like on the video as we move on into today's match preview. Alright then, Big Tommy Tuchel did talk about the Palace performance and stuff in his press conference. He also spoke about injuries a little bit. He talked about N'Golo Kante, will he start, won't he start? And also generic questions like, is the Champions League the easier of the 2 trophies you're trying to win? Which seems a peculiar question for me. Of course the Champions League's at the highest level, but maybe he's more suited for the sort of European ties. Whatever. Anyway, let's talk about Porto a little bit. We know, of course, they're not just like a stinky pragmatic team. They play together with passion, good organisation, and they sit in a low block when they need to, but also they deserve credit because they're brave. They do come out and play and press you when they can. So they're good, they're decent, and also they employ the dark arts, which is probably a residual stuff from the Jose Mourinho times. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do when you're that level of team, or you've got that level of investment. You've got to use everything you can. So like, you know, good coaching, tactics, passion, and a little bit of dark arts. Of course, they play a 4-4-2. Here's their lineup last time out in the Liga NOS, where they won the game. Recognizing a few names in there: Grujic, Pepe, Jesus Corona, etc. Right, Porto they need to score at least 2 goals and 3 goals to win, or 2 goals to take it into extra time and use their sort of emotional, passionate drive to end Chelsea like they did Juventus in the end. They came back in the second leg and it was basically like the spirit of the team that eliminated Juventus, and they will absolutely back themselves to do the same against Chelsea, back us into a corner, you know, concede a goal and basically put up Chelsea so we get a little bit like worried, concerned, wobbly, play on that, get another goal, and then the headlines are written, you know, Porto to win the Champions League like 2003-4, whatever. No, we need to be concise, defensively resolute like we have been under Thomas Tuchel, and see out this tie. Let's have a look at my lineup and switch over the screens and talk about who I think should play in this game. Cool, so here it is. I've gone for a 3-4-1-2 as opposed to a 3-4-2-1. Now I say who I think should play. Actually, when I was making this lineup, I was thinking who will probably play. Of course, no surprise in between the sticks, Edouard Mendy. We could all expect him to play. In fact, whether we'd ever see Kepa again at this point, I'm not entirely sure, depending on what happens in the summer. Now, it has to be first choice left and right centre backs in the shape of Antonio Rudiger and Cesar Azpilicueta. He wants fiery characters, Thomas Tuchel. He even name-checked them both in his press conference, talking about passion and being emotional and stuff. Cesar Azpilicueta, the captain on right centre back, Antonio Rudiger returning at left centre back, and in the middle, not Kazuma, I'm going for Thiago Silva. Provided he's fit, from what I understand is he's okay to go. Andreas Christensen, there's articles about him having an injury setback, and I don't really expect Kazuma to go again in the middle of the back three, so should he be available, and let's be real, this is why Thiago Silva's at Chelsea, one last chance to give it a crack at the Champions League, be brought in for the big games, use his experience and leadership. And I know I always say it, but he was captained, you know, he's captaining a Champions League final, but months ago. I mean, if he doesn't start fine, I trust Tuchel and whatever he does at this point, but I think, Thiago Silva in the middle of the back three. Now, I love the midfield of Cavante, and Tuchel, I think he was keeping his cards close to his chest for the first time ever. Usually he just pretty much tells you who's going to start. He says he doesn't know if Kante's going to start. He obviously came off the bench against Palace, and seemingly Thomas Tuchel loves to bring him off the bench as this sort of option, as this ace up the sleeve to see out games, to press the opposition in the midfield and just basically unleash the power of N'Golo Kante on tired opposition legs. What a trick that is. But I think he should be able to start this game. I'd like to see him start this game, control it, make sure it's calm in the midfield, and I'd like to see him start next to Kovacic, who's also good and industrious in the Champions League. He's generally always performed for us well. I always remember the Bayern Munich beating we endured when he was the only good player on the pitch. I'd feel safe with those two. Yes, of course, Jorginho was good in the last game, amazing chemistry with Kovacic, but I just want to see this midfield in this game, in this tie. Now, Callum Hudson-Odoi started at right wing back in the Premier League. I think we all could expect James to return for this. We need a safe defensive right wing back for transitions against Porto, someone with a bit of strength too, because they're going to be brutal. Easily Reece James for me, not much else to explain. Reece James is our right wing back, and similarly, I was thinking about Alonso, but of course Ben Chilwell did the pre-match press conference. Whenever they send the player out, they start the game, and it makes total sense. If you need to defend transitions from Porto, you don't want Alonso there, you want Ben Chilwell there to track back. I think we will see Alonso again, but Ben Chilwell is basically becoming first choice left wing back, which we all assumed would happen eventually. Now, I've gone for the false 9 behind the 2, and it's not Kai Havertz. I've gone for Mason Mount because he's so important defending from the front. He's when played as a sort of front 3 forward, he's our most defensive front 3 player. So therefore, I think he's going to play in that half space, Mason Mount, and he can come off for Kai Havertz easily. Do you know what I mean? And with the front 2, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, would you really be given his chance? I thought, well, probably not. I don't think he's going to go for a conventional striker again. I think he'll rest Havertz, because Havertz did play twice recently, in the space of a week. So, although Mount gets played all the time, he was rotated a bit as well. I think it's going to be Hakim Ziyech, who hasn't seen many minutes, yet he was looking really good recently. And bearing in mind, Hakim Ziyech plays well in the Champions League. Tuchel might have even said this as well. He plays well in the Champions League. So I feel like he'll start Hakim Ziyech in this game. And, of course, Timo Werner was rested last time out entirely, yet he seems to be a favourite of Thomas Tuchel, whether he's just trying to build up his confidence or, he just values how he plays, runs the channels, works hard for the team. I can see him completing our front 3. So 2 sort of wide forwards, Werner left channel, Ziyech right channel dropping deep, and Mount pressing, defending and attacking from that sort of half space in the false 9. Right, that's my lineup. Let's switch over screens and talk about this game a little bit more. Obviously, it's massive. Getting through to a Champions League semi-final is a massive accomplishment in itself. It's highly likely, should we qualify in this game, that we face Real Madrid. Now, personally, I'd want to face Liverpool. Maybe they could do a comeback, because we've already beat Liverpool at Anfield this season. I think Thomas Tuchel would be better equipped to beat Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool again, rather than Zidane's Real Madrid. I say Zidane, I don't think Zidane's an amazing coach or tactician, but Real Madrid look really good again. Benzema's in scintillating form. And Modric, Kroos in that midfield, Casemiro, they've all won multiple Champions, 4 Champions Leagues, all of them they've all won. They know how to see these games out. They know how to keep their cool in the arse end of these competitions, and basically they just know how to win the Champions League. And they look all in form at the moment. They're playing really well. Benzema looks incredible. So I personally would rather play Liverpool, but I can see at this point, they've got a 3-1 lead, Real Madrid, and unless Liverpool really pull something out, I think Real Madrid are going to score at Anfield. So, or are they playing at Anfield or is it neutral? Whatever. I think they're going to score an away goal, and they're just going to be too much a commanding position. I don't think Liverpool want to come back. So should Chelsea win this game, we'll probably get Real Madrid, and that's a titanic fixture. That is going to have me like biting my nails down. Hopefully Hazard doesn't miraculously rise from injury and just dismantle us. Anyway, there's a game before Porto. It's going to be really, really difficult. They put it up us last time, but we got a really good result. We're going to have to be defensively resolute and control the game. They will go for it. They'll have all their good players out. I'm going to do a score prediction. It's a home tie, but it's not a home, so that's a nonsense. I'm going to say 1-0. I think they will score a goal. I think we'll score a goal because they'll be leaving themselves open, and I think it will be relatively cagey, but I think it'll be 1-0. I'll absolutely take that. Chelsea go through on aggregate. Everybody breathe. It's already an accomplishment getting to the semi-final, but it's not done yet. It's going to be a hard game, so let me know your sort of lineups and score predictions down in the comment section below. I'd be really keen to read them. If you've enjoyed this content, please do drop a like. It means a lot to me. Subscribe if you're new. That's it. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.